the powers that be, they power in me. No more unrealistic arrangements.
Good evening, and welcome to Here's the Life with Zemrah and Ed. We're here at IntellectualRadio.com every 2, 6 to 7. And always check out Miss Katie Lowe. She's on from 5 to 6. And she always has some great guests and a whole lot of good stuff to tell you. And then after our show, we have Pit Life coming on, who is another one of the hosts with always some good stuff for you. So here at Intellectual Radio, we're just doing some great things thanks to the awesome producer, Mr. Earl Winfrey, who we always like to acknowledge and thank God for, because he gives us this platform to be able to share our innermost thoughts and share world news, love and hate and everything. And we always talk about embracing life, and when you embrace life, certainly embrace you back. Last week was short and sweet. We had the lovely and talented, gifted Miss Teresa Griffin on, and we're hoping that we're bringing her back today. And busy people have busy things to do, so what can we say? But we're hoping that she'll be able to make it so she can tell us and share with us the success of her tribute to Aretha Franklin, which was this past Saturday evening at City Winery. And I got a chance to see some of the snippets from it, and it was absolutely wonderful. So we're hoping that she can make it. But meanwhile, I want to talk about my grandson, and he's getting ready for his upcoming fight. And he's fighting for title. He is number 1 in Illinois. Emmanuel Pugh, known as the Memnon, the warrior.
Memnon. The Memnon warrior.
Yeah.
The Ethiopian legend.
Yeah, and he's looking forward to it. And normally look like people back out on him, but this guy is not intimidated by Emmanuel. And we're going to try and get Emmanuel to come before his fight. It's November 30th at Joe's Live in Rosemont, Illinois. And so it's going to be good.
He's number 1 in the state.
Yeah, we're going to get a group of people to come on out and check out a young brother that's got some real steadiness, real concentration, and really knows what to do and what he wants. And again, as we always say, we're so proud of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pound for pound, the best in the state.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. Mm-hmm. I mean, he trains well, and he's very, very focused. And we always like to share that when you find a young person that's very focused and know what they want and do what they want to do and make those accomplishments. That's always to be applauded and acknowledged. And grandma's not being partial.
Of course not. No,
absolutely not.
Sure.
But very excited for him, because that's what it takes to accomplish what you want to accomplish.
Well, that's what it takes in any field. And all young people, even if you don't know what you want to do, just stay busy. I had a friend of mine used to tell me that he would get up every day, get dressed, put on a suit, and go downtown. And he'd do this every day. So everybody thought, that he had this big time businessman job downtown. Come to find out he was unemployed. But he got up every day and put on a suit because that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to look busy. Eventually, he got a job doing just that. But every day he would go downtown. He had no place to go, but he'd walk the streets, get dressed, get clean in the whistle, like he's going to work.
Wow.
So he put it on his mind. He put it in the atmosphere. He put it in the ethers that this is what he had to do. And he got a job doing exactly that.
Really?
That's call that faith. Faith is works. Worked it. So if anything you want to do in life, just stay busy. If you're not doing exactly what you want to do, stay busy doing something. But don't sit around idly by waiting on something to happen for you. Just do something. As we say, keep it moving.
That's right. Keep it moving and follow your dreams. That's the only way you can. That's the only way you can make it happen. Is that you are following your dreams.
Well, the body will be used to anything you do. If you do a lot of hard work, it's not hard for you if you do it all the time. It's not work to you. If you're doing something you love, it's not work. It's just something you love to do. It seems like work to other people, but to you, getting up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and doing something and not making a whole lot of money at it seems may not make sense to you. But to the person who's doing it, they're working on a goal, and that's what you should do. Stay busy, stay active, and sooner or later, you'll be right where you want to be.
And we really like to share that with our seniors because I think that's very, very important. Don't let nobody tell you too old, you can't do it. You know what we say, as long as you can walk, talk, and breathe, you just keep it moving.
You passed your prime, and shouldn't you retire?
Right.
And forget it. Don't even listen to them.
Yeah.
Do what you have to do.
Yeah. I know I was listening to Steve Harvey on the way to work the other morning, and they had one of those strawberry letters. And this lady was saying that she felt that she was a star, and that she really didn't specify what she said, but she was saying that instead of her friends laughing with her, they admitted that they were laughing at her. Mm-hmm. But she was confident enough to feel that she had what it took to become a star. And so she was writing in for advice. Should she pay her friends any mind or just keep on doing what she's doing? And I thought that, and she was 49, and I thought the response that Steve gave, I was very disappointed in that, because his thing is because she said, that she got it from him to keep following your dreams no matter what. And he said, well, you're not following, don't say I said that. And I mean, it was just so I'm saying that.
Wait, don't tell me he shot her down.
Oh yeah, I was
really?
very yeah, he did. And it was centered around age, and I was really insulted by that. I thought that was not cool, not at all, because suppose his opportunity stopped because he's starting to get older. He wouldn't want to think that somebody would stop giving him opportunities. Mm-hmm. I definitely feel as long as you have a dream, you follow that dream and keep on as long as you can. As long as you can walk, talk, and breathe, do what I say. Keep it moving.
I need to find Steve's number and give him a call.
No, I had said that I just didn't get time, but I had said that I was going to respond to that. It was one day last week, and I just thought that was awful.
I think so.
I mean, he went as far as to say she should be preparing for heaven and all of that.
We need to pull his coat. Somebody need to pull his coat.
Yeah, excuse me. Yes, I was kind of surprised at that.
Yeah,
well, maybe not though, but I just was a little surprised at that. But anyway, follow your dreams and don't let age be a factor. And that's something that I really and truly live by.
Age,
is that you don't,
or anything else.
Right.
Age, education, color, religion, sex. It doesn't matter what you are, who you are. If you have a dream, follow it. No matter what it does not produce right now. You may not be able to see the end right now, but keep at it.
That's right.
Because if you don't quit, you cannot lose.
That's right. And I always say, everybody, God gives us all a gift. It's what you do with it, whether you find it, and then utilize it. I mean, it's just that's just what it is. I mean, you have a gift, and you have to use it. You use it or you lose it.
That is the universal principle or formula for success in life. It's not to wait to have something before you can be something. We all have it backwards. Matter of fact, the universe and the world that we know it is got the philosophy completely reversed. You don't have to have money so you can get rich, so you can be happy, or you be something. You should be something first, because you are a human that is being. You are a human being. You should be something. In other words, you don't have to have things to be or feel like what you ought to be. If you think you are king, walk like one, talk like one, act like one. Before you get the money, before you get in, before you get recognition, before anybody even knows your name, be that. And all else will be given to you.
That's right. That's right. Just like with Chaz, and we're going to have Chaz, Charles. Well, we call him Chaz. We're going to have Chaz back because I mean, he's gifted.
Well,
He's played with a lot of your the Shy Lights, the Dales. He's played with a lot of your old groups. But the gift and talent that he has himself is just tremendous. I mean, I didn't even realize Chaz had so much of a falsetto. I mean, he's bad. I was telling Pat, he's good.
Professional dreamer.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, what do?
He's good.
He's good. You got to give it to him.
But we have a lot of talent in the world, a lot of talent out here. But
I think opportunities are lacking.
Well, even if some people get the opportunity, they don't have the aptitude or the attitude or the spirit to keep it up. We get arrogant. We get,
Well, now we do that, unfortunately.
You get selfish. You get self-centered. And that would hold you back more than anything.
Absolutely.
Your attitude would determine your altitude.
That's right.
So, and most of us who have a lot of talent, but we don't have what it takes to really succeed or get in the limelight or be noticed because people can't stand you. I mean, you have a terrible attitude. You don't get along with people. And the first thing you have to do is get along with people and understand people because you are people.
But not only that, the people are the ones that make you who you are or who you become.
Right.
Like support and all of that. So that is very, very important.
Like Jesus said. He said, who are you? You said, who do you say I am? That's what matters. What do you think I am?
Yeah.
What matters is what do you think?
Yes.
So present yourself in such a way that people will be so astounded by you and so impressed that they want to emulate you. It's not what you tell about yourself that counts. It's what other people say about you. What kind of effect do you have on their lives?
That's right.
So that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And just as I spoke, walking in the door.
Our star, we're going to take a short pause for the cause, and we'll be right back with the lovely, gifted Miss Teresa Griffin.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the revival of a woman's soul. Without you, but I need to. I've become a woman that I just cannot stand. Yes, I need to leave you, compromising all that I really am. Say I need to leave you. I'm trying hard not to love this man. Yes, I need to. And delete you. Save me. Save me. Save me. Save me.
Hey everybody, you're back with Zemrah.
Here she is.
And we have the lovely, talented, gifted with Teresa Griffin. Like I said, and last week was short, but it was sweet. So we're not going to tarry. We've been talking about trying to talk till you got here, but like I said, busy people are busy.
Lord,
so
I was
we
running
are going to
again.
have Teresa tell us about her success, as I promised, on her show and tribute to the lovely Miss Aretha Franklin.
The queen.
I told him I saw some snippets and you did it, girl. You did it.
I was so nervous.
Well,
You know, I was telling you guys I was nervous. One, because I think the biggest was Aretha has such a huge catalog.
Mhm.
And it was which songs to choose, narrowing it down, which ones did we feel like I did best. because everybody can't do everything.
That's right.
And so I needed to pick stuff that I would do better, best.
And you did.
And that I felt comfortable with.
That's the key.
And those were the ones that we chose. And even it was right up until Fred and them didn't know the song list until the day of.
What?
I sent them the actual song list that I would do the morning of the show.
Oh, wow.
Maybe about 9:00 that morning, I sent them the final song list. We had gone over a number of songs.
Well, that was smart.
And I studied. I was studying.
Fred knows all of them, so.
Fred knew all of them,
right.
But the band had gone over. They had really rehearsed quite a few songs.
Now, now this is what I want to ask. How often did you all rehearse?
I would say, because I've been doing some Aretha songs throughout the years, my band was familiar with quite a few tunes, but some of them none of us had ever done. And so we rehearsed the first, let's say Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then I decided, and we rehearsed the week before as well, and the week before that.
Okay.
So, but the 3 days prior, the week of the show, was the most pivotal days, bringing in the horns and the girls. And then, the rhythm section, everybody just coming together and just, kind of melting our minds together to figure out the best arrangements, because I was like, well, maybe I'll do it this way, or maybe I'll do it that way. And then Fred teaching these amazing endings, of the songs.
Yes.
He had some beautiful endings on these songs. And I was like, wow. And to just be able to break all of that down. Fred is a perfectionist.
Mm-hmm. And you are too.
And
so you all work together. Because I love the way you opened up with Oh Me, Oh My. That was a perfect opener.
Well, I shot the video for Oh Me, Oh My. So before I came out, video on the side panel, which I'm actually going to put up, this week. I've been looking at it and looking at him like, okay, Teresa, just let it go.
Be so critical.
And so I am.
We are as artists.
But I wore the gown that I wore in the video. So I had this gown specifically made for the Aretha Franklin show, because she did this song. It's called I Had a Dream, but I Dreamed a Dream. But Aretha sang I Had a Dream. And she did it for the Clintons. And she had this fabulous gold gown on with this coat with mink, and so I had the gown made and the coat, so that when the video ended, I would come out in the same outfit.
And you reflected it beautifully, and girl.
So I loved it. I just loved that gown. Quentin d'Alexander did the gown, and I just was like, wow, he did such an amazing job.
He's fabulous. He did that blue you showed.
Yep.
Oh man.
When I tell you he fitted me, which is important, because I got a lot of curves. So I got some stuff happening. And so for him to fit me, my whole thing was I don't want to fall out, because I'm a double D. So we got to make that happen. And then we got to fit these hips. And I wanted to look sexy, because Aretha Franklin, if anybody ever paid attention, she never thought she wasn't sexy.
Oh, absolutely.
She never thought she wasn't sexy. She embodied, I'm going to give it to you, and I was like, I got to have the gown that says the same thing.
Yes.
Because if you don't believe it, who will?
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
So I wanted it to be all, things Aretha.
Yeah.
All things Aretha. And Quentin captured that gown perfectly. And I'll say that there were 2 other designers who are in the video. Jason Duvall did a turquoise gown that's in the video.
That is gorgeous.
And then I embrace my culture from the 70s. With the natural, with a dress that has these shingles under the arms that Stevie Edwards did.
So you had so they did each gown themselves.
Yes.
Oh wow.
And then I had a jewelry designer, Cosette Barrett, who put all of the jewelry on me for the Stevie Edwards thing with the shingles and the big afro. So And Ernest Collins shot the picture. Yeah, he shot. So the video is actually
of our
me
culture.
getting ready. All things Aretha, how she influenced, me, and singing her song "Oh Me Oh Mine," and it was just that was the.
I know. I love that. I love that. Now, besides that, we already know that's your favorite.
Yeah.
So, what was another one of your favorites?
Can't turn you loose. If I do, I'm gonna lose my mind. Hey, that one was fun. Was jamming on that one. That was a lot of fun to learn, and the horn parts were just amazing because it was like a female James Brown song.
Yeah,
so
that's a good way to describe it.
Was. I love that. I love that.
It was high energy,
very high energy, and
yes.
And some people were staring. They were like, "Is she really? What's next?" You can see. And then as we went. The energy in the room was just phenomenal.
It was.
Because as we went from song to song, you could see it would take people back somewhere.
Yes.
When I did Gotta Find Me an Angel, it was the look on people's faces.
So, ain't no way.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Yes,
ma'am.
So, because of your ability to recognize different poles of influence and spirits and people, you call it bipolar.
My bipolar.
But I
and all my people that's up inside here.
I don't think that's what it is, but that's a special gift. And it's not a negative to me.
No, it's not a negative. No, you see that you accentuate the positive of it.
Thank you.
And I appreciate that
too. But it's real. I mean, you wouldn't just be saying that now.
But I had a breakdown that morning. Now I'll admit, and most people won't tell people when they have these breakdowns, but I was so pressured going into it, and I think it was the pressure that I put on myself.
It is
always,
but I felt different types of pressure. We did 2 different shows, so finishing that show. And really having 45 minutes to be set for another whole show, which was more of a cabaret feel. And to get my head out of Aretha into being myself, was a difficult task. And that morning, I didn't know that the second show was completely sold out. But I felt so pressured. Other people did, but I did not know. I didn't know because I stopped looking, because it was nerve-wracking, putting pressure on myself, and didn't know because I stopped looking, because it was nerve-wracking, putting pressure on myself, and one of my girlfriends called me up. She said, the fact that you sold the first show out in 2 weeks should be enough for you. But now you're worried about the second show. And I said, well, I'm worried now about doing a good job, and I can't talk to you right now. And I literally was having a meltdown, and I just had to close my bedroom door, and I just sat there and I just cried and I cried and I cried, and I fell into this really depressed state. And everybody in my house, from my personal assistant to my husband, everybody was worried. And I said, I just need everybody to leave me alone, and I'll get there. I drove myself. And I talked to the Lord. And I said, look, I'm tired. And fear does not live with you. So I need you to remove whatever this is right now. And gratefully, he did. But now I'm suffering after the show because I think I did too much. And my sinuses are like draining, so that's what you guys are hearing. So I apologize. Have y'all ever swallowed and something went down the wrong way?
Yeah,
that's what it feels like. It's like
it's fine because I'm hoarse and going through some things too. So
it's that season for singers.
It is.
Everybody's having this drainage, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And I got to sing through this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, go get me some Grand Marnier and make me some tea and hook me up because I really got to get through this. So and every time, let me tell you how God wanted me to stay on my diet. Every time I got ready to drink the daggum Grand Marnier on stage, I knocked it over. I was like, what the hell?
You didn't did not need it. Because you did not need it. That's why.
But
It was so funny.
That's the perfection. That's what it was. The perfection that you wanted to make sure that everything was just the way that you wanted it to be.
Yes.
And that's what we do.
Yeah, but see, you got to have enough faith in yourself to know that it's going to be all right.
Well, I
every
did,
time.
but talking myself through it, no matter what people say, those
Right.
first 2 steps that you take on stage,
That's the impact. That's what
it.
makes it.
When you walk the first 2 steps, I even turned my live on before I walked on stage. I said, you know what? You gotta get here. And I said, Eric, turn the live on. And so Eric turned on, we turned the live on. And at the time when they turned the live on, Landis is doing my lips. It's all that last minute stuff, he's doing my lips. But if you look behind them, there's no one back there.
No.
Because I don't need all of that. I need
the slow walk
peace.
on through. Let me
just need to walk on through and walk on the stage. And when I walked on the stage and heard all these applause, I was like, "Girl, you're here."
That's when you turn into Teresa.
I turned.
She does.
You saw somebody walk on the stage.
As soon as she walks on the stage, she'd have a terrible time off stage. Can't talk, can't walk, throw some forward, trying to get some oranges. I don't think I'm gonna make it. And I used to be nervous. This is years ago.
Yeah.
I'd be like, man, she ain't gonna do it.
Is she gonna make it? Is she gonna make it, Jesus?
That's where you're gonna be.
Well, you know what? It doesn't happen to me often. My group will tell you, on a normal basis, I can laugh and talk. When I want the room broken down with no, lots of stuff, it's usually when I'm doing one of these diva shows and I really need to get into character or get my mindset there. The difference between me doing the one shows and this show was all Aretha. It wasn't me going from one character to the next, remembering each song from one character. This is all Aretha. And this is one person that I need to stay there and keep my mind set on how would she do this or how would she do that, and still deliver myself in the process. And that is that's something else that, and someone else would say, well, doing 4 or 5 people would be more for them. But for me, it was harder staying in that mindset and knowing that Fred, who has worked with her, Fred Nelson III, was her musical director.
Exactly.
And so later after the show, he said he had glimpses of those moments of her being on stage with him. And when he played Like a Bridge Over Troubled Waters, he played that solo that she normally plays. And oh my God, I had tears rolling down my face hearing him play that, because that's almost like you could reach out and touch her.
That takes talent when you can reach back and project the spirit of a person and project it onto the stage so that people can pick it up. Not just singing the song.
Yeah.
Like we
spirit.
did the other day. We went to a concert for Nancy. It just wasn't the same. Nobody captured her spirit. They just sang her songs. And that wasn't the same thing at all.
Well, it's difficult to do that because I studied the Aretha. I studied Aretha from 15 years old up until 55. Really? I didn't go past that because I needed to know the different ways that she sang
when she was younger.
Yeah. And when she was, my age, I needed to know that Aretha because I wanted to capture those moments. There was ways that she sang after each time she went through something in life. You could tell
that she had gone through
through different things by the way she sang the songs. And I would say, oh, I like the way she sang it here. So that's the version I'm going to keep listening to. There was one time when she's singing Darling, You Lied. And she said, she says this line where she says, you know that you lied. And it's so innocent.
She says it with more emphasis.
Yes. Yeah. And later on in life, she says it a different way.
Yeah.
It's more anger in it.
Yeah.
Than when that innocence, you lied.
Why'd you do that?
And why? And she said, but in the song, she says, I was 17 and I didn't think you could be so mean, but you lied, and those are all the things when you're singing that when I was singing, that I wanted to think about in delivering the line, and wanting to deliver it that way and not allow my nerves to deliver it another way.
Yeah.
So that was, it was that, and being comfortable. The more you sing it, the more comfortable you'll get.
Oh, absolutely.
I could have used another month of rehearsals, but this is the time that I had allotted, and now I have to move on to the next show. But this is another show that we'll be
you
doing.
would have reached a point of diminishing returns. So just stay where you're at.
Now you're gonna do it some other places too, right?
Yeah. We're actually gonna do a few of the other city wineries. The plan is New York, DC, Atlanta.
Oh,
that's
Teresa,
the plan.
That is awesome.
So we are excited about that. And Fred said he would do them with me.
Oh,
so
wonderful!
I'm so excited, and
well, I know
God
he's excited too, because is he doing a lot right now?
Fred is doing a hell of a lot. I don't even know how he lives his life. The crazy thing is, he is like the musical director over a few huge churches.
I know it's his first church, right?
And New Faith.
So, he's a New Faith.
Yeah, so
I was born and raised at First Church of Deliverance.
Were you?
Reverend Cobbs was my cousin through marriage.
Oh wow!
I grew up
that church
there
has
singing,
a lot of history.
I love Jesus. That's the song he always had me sing.
Because he first loved me.
Because he first loved me.
That
and
is
still loving
beautiful.
me.
And he is going to continue to love. I'm going to share y'all while we're sitting here. I'm going to share on my Facebook. Now the other thing, so let me tell you about this lady that inboxed me about my dress, that she didn't care for my attire. She's now blocked. I blocked her on my Facebook.
Okay.
I as they say, I unfriend her. I love that commercial where you see, it used to be this commercial with these older ladies, and this one lady got pictures on her wall. It's her friend wall, and these women looking at her, they say, "That's not how this goes." That's not. And she said, "I unfriend you." And she took her picture off the wall.
Took it off the wall.
Exactly, she took it off the wall. So I took her off my wall. I found that I knew that was gonna happen. People hear me on the radio and then they want to talk to me. Now call in. So I was literally thinking about the things that people said over the years about Aretha's attire and how she would dress because of her. I did not dismiss her the first time. I don't know what do people think when you dismiss them, that they just hung up. I dismissed you. So it was, people used to talk about her attire, and they would say, "Ooh, did you see what Aretha had on?" And I would be like, "Yeah." And
right.
She wear whatever she wanted to wear.
Hello.
She really didn't care.
She did not care. Aretha loved who she was.
She did. She was very comfortable.
She was very comfortable in her skin.
Yes.
And I learned to be equally as comfortable in mine. So when people say stuff, I remember when I first came here, I got what they call a Bama booty. Bama booty. When your behind is real big and it disturbs people.
You can serve drinks on it.
You can serve drinks or a light menu. I'm all clear. I'm cool with it.
We know.
I get it. I know that it's unsettling for some people. And I learned that early on.
Like you said, yours is real.
Mine is real.
Right.
And so when we started looking at what I would wear, I thought about Aretha. And I was like, I'm gonna wear what I want to wear.
All right now.
And so when the lady inboxed me, what was this, the booby show?
Oh.
And I was like, it was. And if you were mad about it, then you obviously didn't come to hear me. You came to criticize me.
And to judge.
And
why do we do that?
I think people do it because they're unhappy with themselves.
Very, very good.
Mainly.
When people judge other people, they're usually pretty unhappy with themselves. Sanctimonious people, it's quite a few of them. They don't know, they haven't walked a mile in your shoes, so they have no idea. And when I first came to Chicago, the women did not embrace me. And it was very difficult for me, I'll say, on the music scene. The ones who did, we just didn't know each other. Mm-hmm. But I got a lot of cold shoulders when I first came in. I didn't understand it. I didn't know my behind was as big as it was because I grew up in the South. Yeah. And all I saw was booty. Yeah, you know, so everybody got booty. My mama had booty. Everybody in the choir had booty. It was the booty church. So everybody had booties and titties. So it wasn't like somebody
was so boring.
Everybody had booties and titties.
But do you think that sometimes, like what you said about they're probably not comfortable with themselves, but you think sometimes a lot of it can be intimidation and jealousy?
I think they are intimidated and they are jealous, and they would spend more, if they just spent a little bit more time figuring out what was amazing about themselves, they could embrace what's amazing about the other woman.
Yes.
All the time I see stuff that's just wrong. But when I see a beautiful woman, it's easy for me to say, wow, you're beautiful.
Exactly.
It's easy for me to say, oh, I love your lips. Look at your lips. Mm-hmm. Where's that color?
Exactly.
That's easy because I don't have a problem with who I am.
That's it.
So I learned that's what it was. But at first I didn't know that. I couldn't even fathom why they wouldn't like me. But I got it that they didn't. And then I was like, okay, they don't like themselves. That's easy. Mm-hmm. You don't like you. Mm-hmm. You're never going to like me.
Now that really makes sense. It really does.
And so I'm good.
You have to be, what'd you say, Ed? You have to be
you have to be you. You're a human being. You're supposed to be something before you try to do something or get something or have something. You should be it. And once you be it, all will be given to you.
That's right.
Which is what it means to be a human being.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So all the powers that's in the universe that tells you just be something. Find out what it is that you have to be. And once you are that, it's hard for you to have time to worry about what somebody else is doing or looking. Because you're happy with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's the key. That really is. Now we got to ask too, because the time be flying. We want to ask, tell us about Jerry Butler and your relationship with the Iceman, Teresa.
The Iceman, Jerry Butler.
And how you met him, what he's done for you, your career. You got to tell us that.
Jerry, I met Mr. Butler at a CAMS, which was Chicago Music Association. I believe the name of it was Association of Music. They gave Jerry, I think at the time it was 35-year anniversary in the music business. And I was so stupid. I mean, like real dumb. I thought that he was dead. I didn't know he was living when we was doing the thing. And because when I grew up, all I saw was the black and white commercials from Time Life, and it was like, he don't love me like God. And they was like, no, he living. He gonna be at the event. I was like, wow, just dumb. Oh my God, I was so dumb. And so I still didn't know what he looked like. So I was singing to his manager. Then his manager came out and he said, you want a gig? And I said, is that a job? And he was like, yeah. I was like, is that a job singing? Yes. Good.
You were a little slow.
Hallelujah. I need that because I'm living in my car in front of Farrakhan House. And I didn't tell them, that's where I was living. So he hired me, and I've sang all over the United States and lots of islands, the world with him. And when I came along, I learned to keep, your band members as your family. His band was intact all of those years. And the 25 years that I sang with him, same band members.
Wow, that's what I'm talking about.
And so I learned to be faithful to the people that work with me. We are a family. We have an amazing time. Jerry taught me that. He also taught me little tricks on stage. People get loud. Because when I first started, I was like, shut up, shut up, shut up. Ain't nobody come here. You sing, shut up.
That sounds like you.
Jerry would back up from the mic. Jerry would back up from the mic. Oh, he started singing, and people started getting quiet because you couldn't hear him. Well, he was like, "See how that works."
You ain't got to tell nobody nothing. If you come to hear me, then if you
so he would
can't hear
come
me.
on. So he just back up from the mic, and it trained people who really were a listening crowd to shut up. That's not to say you're not gonna get some ignorant folks at a concert.
Oh yeah,
that don't understand, that they're at a concert to listen.
Right.
And I love when the audience sings with me. That is amazing.
It is.
When I first heard the audience sing the words to my song, I just melted down crying.
Know.
My God, they know the words to my song. So
Yeah.
I love that. But when people just talking, that's a whole nother thing. And
you haven't learned
all
how
the
to
people
deal
that's
with
up
that.
in
You
here,
just tell people to shut up.
just shut up.
Excuse me, you come here to hear me sing. Oh, you what? You get your own concert?
Or give them this look.
Give them that look.
You want your money back, you're not gonna get it, but you can get out. You know that, yeah. Shut up. Ain't nobody, people around you want you to shut up. You know it. Shut up. Give them a cocktail so they can shut up.
Put some of that boy's mouth.
Okay. But and Jerry's has had hecklers over the years. Somebody come in with a little extra conversation. He says nobody came to hear you. He'd be so cool with it.
He cool. He was cool.
And I was like, yeah, yes. And then he gone back to just never break a stride, So this man walked me down the aisle at my wedding, and he has been.
And I heard your wedding was just fabulous.
The wedding was beautiful.
Armin told me it was beautiful.
565 guests.
Yes.
It was beautiful. Congressman Rush, after Trayvon. Yeah, he put the hoodie on. He married us. He was the officiator. He married us in this beautiful chapel. And then we partied at the Crystal Ballroom at the Hyatt down on Lakeshore, off Michigan, and it was beautiful. We even had overflow for people who weren't invited. They could still come and chill out in the lobby. I, bought extra hors d'oeuvres in case we had what do you call those people? Crashers, wedding crashers. But I call them fans. They want to be a part of it, and I wanted them to feel welcome if they show up.
They just want to be in your space.
And I'm good with that.
Nice.
I just was like,
I heard it was.
I don't want anybody
beautiful.
to feel bad, and they really want to come. So,
right.
For whatever reason.
For whatever reason, and then I, there were people out of town who were pissed off. It's like you didn't invite me, and I was like, you have to pay for a wedding, and seeing that I couldn't pass the collection plate, I just, if you really want to give me a gift, I'm still here.
Really, I couldn't feed all y'all.
I can't feed all y'all. And I was coming off that crazy show, The Voice, and so I was planning my wedding while I was there.
Oh, really?
So there was a lot going on with that, yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember having a table full of women who had been mentoring me here, and my mom, sat there with them, and I felt really proud, and I'm sure my mother felt really proud, that I managed to come to another city and have people embrace me. And Gene Chandler was there, and Jesse Jackson was there.
Oh,
and,
wow!
This is a beautiful. Benny King almost made it.
Really?
It was an amazing day, with people who love me, and Jerry walking me down the aisle.
I couldn't have it was beautiful.
It was fun.
Yeah.
My sister sang.
Yeah, she said she blew it.
Look, and Fred Nelson was there. Oh, he was at that wedding, Bernie Mac's daughter.
So you just come from, and that, oh my God, now that.
And Bernie.
When you sung at his funeral, oh my God.
I've had amazing mentors.
And he just had, they just had his wife on talking about his, it was his, he's been gone for 10 years.
10 years. And it
doesn't seem that long.
Yeah.
And when I saw that video, girl, of you singing at his funeral.
Roland.
Oh my God.
He put it up. Roland put it up.
I saw that.
And I hadn't ever seen it. And that day, when I go back in my mind, that day was one of the saddest days of my life.
I could tell.
And because Bernie, his horn section they played on this Aretha tribute. Part of his horn section played on this Aretha tribute. Bernie was the kind of person, he would call me out of the blue. I know you, are you in town for Christmas or are you out of town? And I'm like, I'm here. And he's like, get your butt over here. And they would invite me over for Christmas, and he saw me, right after he saw me on Oprah, he said, now look, I need you to keep your head straight. He would always keep me balanced, and just to see if I was okay. And his family embraced me, to have that and to lose him.
That was sudden.
And I wouldn't have ever been ready to lose a real friend, a real mentor, somebody who didn't care. He always wanted the best for me. And he always showed me such respect and love. He directed my first video, Wonderful. He loved the song. And so
that's a hot song too, by the way.
I don't know why anybody would ever say that they want more from me, because what I have is amazing. What I've had is amazing. We all want more. But what I've had were people who took care of me. Jerry took care of me. Bernie took care of me. Hermine will call and say, hey, what you got going on? People take care of me. Wayne Watson. So when people take care of you, Wayne is hilarious. And I was really hurt when they didn't see how well he was doing for Chicago State. Oh,
girl, really?
So, and I speak out when it comes to my friends.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's not the popular thing. I think friendships are the most beautiful things that you could ever have in life. And people abuse friendships, and they don't realize,
they don't value
how valuable a real friend is. Really? If you have a real friend, and people are like, what do you mean I have real friends?
You can have them.
And if you fall out with me, you did something.
That's right. Like my mom always taught us, you can have plenty acquaintances, but friends are far and few. When you have really good friends, that's a value.
Yes.
I totally agree with that.
This is Jerry's last year on the county board. We have had in him an amazing songwriter, a teacher, world-renowned entertainer, singer, politician, who is for the people. He always, he didn't do major fundraisers for his campaign. He put his money where his mouth was.
Yes.
And his heart was. And so I challenge Chicago to pray for him and his family.
Yes.
We are losing a lot of our entertainers. He's still here. So just pray for him, because he has fought for the county hospital and for health care and for us having the best that we could have. Everybody, not just Black. And when we lose him, we will have lost a treasure.
Wow. And I hope you all hear that, because that's phenomenal.
I think what we should do is stop looking for personalities and individual and look for the characters.
Yeah.
And the heart of people.
And look for the spirit that we need. We don't need a person. We need a person who carries the spirit of the people with them and have the ability and the courage to enforce that.
That's right.
And we should not be so mealy-mouthed about the truth.
Mm-hmm.
The truth has no master. You should speak it boldly,
yes,
loudly, with conviction,
mm-hmm,
and not apologize for it,
mm-hmm,
which is what a lot of people do. Well, I won't, because what's the name is coming. Don't say it too loud.
Yeah, be honest.
If it's the truth, it's the truth.
Be honest. These liars, people lie. And that's why when people get ready to go to the polls, as we get ready to vote, we need to be able to identify a lie when we see it.
No, we do. We are good at it.
We vote. I'm talking about how we just vote Black.
No.
Oh, got it.
And we need to stop and vote right.
There it is.
We need to vote right.
That's what it is.
We need to understand that. We need to stop with all of the the lies and not being able to embrace, because anytime actors, entertainers are coming out against certain people, you need to understand that there's something there.
Exactly.
They're putting something on the line by stepping up and speaking the way that they speak.
That's right.
We need to be more
a lot
cognizant.
Of times maybe their career.
Oh yeah, their careers.
That's right.
And when people feel so strongly about something that they will put their career on the line, it might be some validity to it.
That's right.
We better hurry up and understand that voting is only a part of it. We better revamp the system. This electoral college is a problem. Yeah. And we need to understand how we're giving away our power.
Yes.
When something is broken, that's why the Constitution is there. We are able to fix it. We need to fix that. And if we keep letting them take elections from us, our popular vote is the only vote. Electoral college is what? What is that?
Exactly.
Why is that?
That's right.
To negate your vote.
Right.
So you're going to get up and vote, then it needs to be counted. The popular vote said that Hillary won. So are you telling me that when I go to the polls, because this is a problem that we're having now with people not voting, they need to understand the reason why they're having problems getting people out to vote. Because if the popular vote didn't count in the national election, when does my vote count?
That's right.
We need to fix that. We need to step forth and fix that. And we need to purge our electoral college and get it the hell out of the way. Because our popular vote should dictate who our president is.
Hello.
And the first thing we need to talk about as we're registering people to vote is how we're going to change that. Because that gives hope. Lies takes away our hope. Let's fix the problem. Right, I did not mean to go there. I'm so sorry.
No, you're right, baby. You're right. That's
if you hadn't went there, I was going to tell you.
And you heard that right here at Intellectual Radio.
Because we are here to say exactly what we mean.
That's the truth.
But the electoral college was there for a reason. I will explain that, but that's a whole nother show.
Yeah.
That's another political show. And T is right. We should need to get rid of it because it was put there for the oligarchs to run this country and not the people, because the people were not thought of to be intelligent enough to elect their own leaders.
There you go.
And they've undermined us long enough.
Yeah.
And that has got to stop. And it will stop.
It's got to be fixed.
We're not going to try. We're going to do it.
That's right. We're going to do that. Well, we're running. Time is running.
I went there.
There you go, Teresa. We're glad. Because that just shows how well-rounded you are, baby. So ain't no problem with that.
Like you said,
and people need to know and need to hear that. The votes, and it does not need to be in vain.
Everything is
everybody.
Everything.
That's right.
Everything is connected.
That's right. Everything. And we're connected.
We are.
That's right. Connected. We're connected.
For life.
That's right.
Right here.
That's right, baby. For
life.
Oh, let me say this. December the 9th, I am at the Promontory.
Go, girl.
All right.
So that's the next date, December the 9th at Promontory in Hyde Park. It is a cute club. You guys can come out. You can party. It's different from City Winery, but they do have seats and you can buy your seat.
It's a nice spot.
But it's a cool spot. Come hang out. Have a great time in December with me. And New Year's Eve, I'll be with BLT. And I don't know what the details are, but that's what we'll be New Year's Eve. And I haven't taken New Year's Eve in Chicago in a really long time.
Really?
But I'm gonna do that with BLT.
Awesome.
Some comedy and soul together.
Yeah, BLT is a mess. So you make sure that you check Teresa out December 9th.
That's right.
December 9th, hearing the woman herself doing her thing as always. You're here at Intellectual Radio. Here's the Life with Zemrah and Ed. And as always, embrace life. Life will embrace you back. Next we have coming up is Pit Life. They always have something great for you. Teresa, you know that whenever you want to come back, baby. It's always good when we got somebody here that's got something to say.
Next time we'll come back and talk about body shaming.
Hey.
That's right. You can talk about whatever you want because we know it's going to be of substance and it's going to be great. Thanks for joining us again. And God bless you with everything that you do.
And as always, I'd like to thank Earl for letting me be myself again.